Sound heard through parts of Fort Greene, Brooklyn, has been driving some people, we are told, crazy.
Yeah, it's maddening, it's unsettling, and it's also just this mystery because nobody seems to know what is causing this strange humming sound. CBS 2's Kevin Rincon gives us a listen.
Now we're gonna let this video play, right? But I'm gonna show you something. This is the brother GMS Amawal Gabar. This is his page. Subscribe and be edified. I'm currently learning from the elder. Yeah, and he's relatively young, right? But hey, some Jake's been in this truth a lot longer than I have. Like I said, I really only been into it 2 years. Okay, whereas though I think he said he been in what, like 10 years or something? And a brother young, salute to that brother, right? Now, yeah, I'm gonna show you something that I found out a couple of days ago. We're gonna let this play, right? Then I'm gonna show you what I found out. Okay? Just gonna let it play.
It's profoundly annoying.
As you hear the noise, it's hard to make out what it is.
It sounds like somebody putting their finger on a glass cup and running it around the top of the cup.
It sounds very much like a resonance, a harmonic resonance, like if you can picture someone rubbing the top of a crystal glass or a tuning fork.
What does it sound? Mo Hussein, he took video walking home one night. He's noticed the sound for over a year.
I liken it to like some sort of alien invasion.
Now I made you with something. He said it sounded like a tuning fork, or pretty much like rubbing a glass, right? Now, we know that you can have what's called ambient sound. Okay, you can have that low background frequency, whereas though you know they tell you, like, let's say if you go to sleep, right? And if you go on YT, you can find it whereas though they say listen to this sleep meditation to give you suggestions. So you don't know what type of suggestions these people pushing out through this background noise. Okay, but I'm gonna show you something, right? We're gonna let this finish playing and I'm gonna show you what I found out. Okay, this is crazy. Okay, just gonna let it play.
As you're walking around, even in the middle of the night, you hear this hum off in the background and you wonder what could that be?
You know, I thought about that. And they're only landing in the middle of the night.
For Adrena Banks, her theory, it's construction related, but admits it could be anything.
It's just this consistent humming that doesn't seem to go away and goes on for hours. It's so piercing that it keeps you up.
Neighbors called 311, but when the city's Department of Environmental Protection showed up, the sound had stopped. We reached out to the DEP several times on Thursday.
Now, they said the sound stopped, okay? So we know that there's something dealing with the city, okay? See, all these people, they in cahoots against you, Jake. All these people working with Hashatan against you, okay? Now, I know sometimes when I be at work, I hear like some weird background noises, but I don't pay them no mind, okay? Because I know that the devil's always up to some type of schemes, okay? And I just put my faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, okay? That's what I do. Let's go and let this finish playing.
And they now say they plan to return to try and find the source of the nuisance.
As soon as you think, okay, well, now I've gotten used to it, now I'm ready to live my life with this noise, then it goes away. You're like, oh, that's great, and then it comes back.
And the timing of it makes me sort of believe that, at times anyway, makes me sort of believe that there's some sort of equipment being run, and they sort of try to turn it off and on in ways that don't disrupt people.
Some residents, they've turned to online forums to mark when the noise starts and stops, but tracking it isn't easy.
Like bass notes they disperse easily.
And she looked like she about on her last leg mentally. Like she can go at any moment. Okay? That's what she looked like. Like she looked like she just ready just flip her wig. Okay? Like on that movie Bird Box. She looked like she might just flip her wig like one of them. Okay? Let's keep going.
They're hard to pinpoint. And this sound has that quality of like, ooh, that's really hard to locate.
It's not just loss of sleep or an inconvenience. There are plenty of people here concerned that this could have larger psychological impacts, which is why they're hoping speaking out could help bring them some peace and quiet. In Fort Greene, Kevin Rincon, CBS 2 News.
Now, he said psychological issues. Now, I'm going to show you what I found out, all right? So let me get a prayer before I get into this, because this is crazy what I'm going to show you, all right? Barakathai Hawa, Barakathai Hawa Shah, Barakathai Hawa, Barakathai Hawa Shah, Barakathai Hawa, Barakathai Hawa Shah, Kohala, Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shah, Bashem, Rakakadash. I'd like to give a shout out and salute to all the brothers across the four corners of the earth trying to preach this truth and say elect. Hopefully you and me is one of them. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS. I believe those are the men sent forth during this time to wake us up. I believe those are the prophets over all of Israel. And the Thawada to the Akim and the Aqua that is here with me today, because you could be somewhere else. So thank you for that. All right, so yeah. Let me go and show you what I found out, because I didn't even know. I mean, well, we kind of did, but we didn't know it went this deep. All right. So let me get a scripture and I'm going to show you. Isaiah 14 verse 11. Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy voiles, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? And that's what this man is trying to do, okay? Passing different laws, different decrees, okay, different sanctions, okay? Trying to hit you with the MOTB banking sanction. But this goes a lot deeper than that. For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of Yahweh. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. And that's what's getting ready to happen to this man. This man is trying to be like the Most High. Want to know all your thoughts, all your feelings, control everything. Okay, sending signals in your sleep. Okay, trying to program you subtly. Okay, with different noise and frequencies. Okay, so yeah, let me show you what's going on. A brain area thought to impart consciousness instead behaves like an internet router. See, study. See, Jake out here. See, when we be telling you not to stay away from Esau's witchcraft, we know what we talking about, because the Most High allow us to know certain things. We tell you not to take the MOTB. We tell you not to take this man witchcraft. Okay, this man poison or whatever else. We know what we talking about. Here it is. Jake got a whole biological radio antenna in his head. Remember, it used to be a song called Radiohead? These people are sending frequencies to Jakes. They're sending frequencies to people, trying to be like the Most High. Okay? Actually, I got to get a scripture for that. Then we're going to listen to this story. All right, just Job 33, verse 15 through 17. In a dream and in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon man and slumbers upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men and sealeth their instruction, that he may withdraw man from his purpose and hide pride from man. You see? And I had a vicious dream last night about me flying through the city. Okay? Man, I was dumping these E's on their head, picking them up, lifting them up way up in the air, like 40 and 50 feet, flying down, slamming them. I had to do a report on that. Okay, flying through cities, okay, causing chaos and judgment against those who disobeyed Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. All right, but let's keep going. Yeah, Jake got a biological antenna in his head. You see that? And hey, that's why we know that we property of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. You see that? Jake got a whole internet in his head. You see? Urim and Thummim. All right? Let's keep going. Tucked underneath the brain's outer wrinkly cortex is a deeply mysterious area known as the claustrum. This region has long been known to exchange signals. See? They've been new. With much of the cortex, which is responsible for higher reasoning and complex thought. Because of the claustrum's extensive connections, the legendary scientist Francis Crick, PhD of DNA discovery fame, first postulated in 2005 that the colostrum is the seat of consciousness. In other words, the region of the brain enabling awareness of the world and ourselves. Okay, and remember, when I think was Bill Gates was at the Pentagon, what did he say? He said that they came up with something that can destroy the part of the brain that deals with belief, okay? And they can actually put it out, okay? I think that video is still floating around on the internet, right? And they told you how they was going to put it out, right? Researchers at the University of Maryland School of Medicine, however, now post the crick may have been incorrect. They developed a new theory built on data that the colostrum behaves more like a high-speed internet router. Jake got a whole internet router in his head, except as a biological one. Okay? This is how we have a connection with the Most High, your God gene. Okay? And see, they've been messing with this. Remember, they was messing with them animals back in the 60s. Okay? Taking in executive commands from boss areas of the brain's cortex that form complex thoughts to generate networks in the cortex. Taking commands from who? Taking commands from the Most High. I just read it to you. You see? Acting like a router, the colostrum coordinates these networks to work together to accomplish the many different cognitive demanding tasks we perform on a moment-to-moment basis in everyday life. The new findings and hypotheses were published on September 30th, 2022 in Trends in Cognitive Sciences. You see that? The Most High sealeth up your instructions every morning. Okay? And this man, he want to replace that. Give you digital eyes. Okay, I had that dream with the Jake from South Carolina. People had their eyes covered. They was living in a false reality, metaverse. Okay, being controlled by this man. Okay, have you totally wide up in a mental prison. Okay, AI being raced towards you. This man raced towards you. Okay, but you got Jakes out here saying this man is Japheth. No, this is E. This is the man of sin. Okay. Understanding how the brain forms and coordinates these networks and the cortex through the colostrum is important, since disorganized networks are a typical feature across many disorders such as addiction, Alzheimer's disease, and schizophrenia. This insight may help lead to better therapies to address cognitive dysfunction in these disorders. The brain is the most complex system in the known universe. It is these data-driven theoretical advances that propel our knowledge forward towards harnessing that complexity for improving human life, said Brian Martha, PhD. As the most highly connected structure in the brain, the colostrum is a window into the enigma of the brain, the mind. You see that? You can read this in your own leisurely. It's pretty much lengthy. But yeah, see, Jake got a whole internet router in his head, a whole radio antenna. But it's biological. But we know who put it there. The Most High put it there, right? So you can have a connection with him. This man want to cut that connection. You see? So yeah, I'm going to get a scripture and shut it down. But here you have it. You see that? And remember, they did a report saying that they said that I did a report on it. They said that consciousness is a magnetic field, which means you can be dislocated or disconnected from the body, and they keep your body alive, but your consciousness is actually somewhere else, literally like the Matrix. You see that? This is the Most High's movie, and he get ready to shut it down. Do not take the MOTB. They're trying to change everything up. See? And I believe they've been knew this. It's just coming out now. Jeremiah 51 verse 25, behold, I am against the old destroying mountain, said the Lord, which destroys all the earth with their systems. The MOTB, they get ready to roll out. They're going to roll out against the entire planet. Okay? And I will stretch out my hand against thee and roll thee down from the rocks and will make thee a burnt mountain. Okay? If the Lord going to get you, he going to get you. He get ready to destroy this man. It doesn't matter where you at. You can flee to Africa, and it ain't Japheth. Okay? This man is the devil. Shalom.